What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is healthy and well. Today we'll be reacting to 13 German worker rights Americans wouldn't believe are real. I couldn't wait to jump right into this video. This was highly recommended. I'm not wasting no time. Original video link down below in the description.
Paid to stay home when they're sick.
What? All right. Already.
In Germany, workers get paid to stay home when they're sick.
All workers? All the time when you're sick? You get paid all the time when you're sick? No. It got to be like something crazy like the flu or a virus or something, you know, stomach bug or...
Can't be fired without a mountain of legal paperwork.
Huh? What you mean? Like, you telling me the only way to get fired in Germany from, let's say, like, what, a retail store? It's like, you're telling me it's super hard to get fired. So the only way possibly to get fired is like, maybe I gotta steal or something. You know, we gotta take some clothes or something. That's the only way to really lose your job. Because he said legal. So basically, we got the authorities involved, court matters and all that. We need like legal paperwork stating why you are not allowed to work here. Why you aren't allowed, you know? Oh, wow. Like, so that basically means it's really hard to get fired in Germany, basically. Hey, boss, I'm gonna be like 10 minutes late. Oh, man, Strac. Again? You see what I'm saying? Because this is like the 5th time in a row this week. You telling me I ain't lose my job? It's okay, man. It's okay. What if I stay 10 minutes later?
To stay home when they're sick. In Germany, workers get paid to stay home when they're sick. Can't be fired without a mountain of legal paperwork, and by law are forbidden from working on Sundays. And that's just the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Because while Americans are debating whether they deserve a single paid day off, German employees are protected by a system so thorough it sounds like fiction. These aren't perks offered by generous companies. They're laws. And once you see what German workers take for granted every single day, you'll start wondering why the rest of the world hasn't caught up.
Wait. You guys take these benefits for granted?
The first right on this list alone would change everything most Americans think they know about work. In Germany, every employee is legally guaranteed a minimum of 20 paid vacation days per year. That is 4 full weeks, and it is the floor, not the ceiling.
Yo, 4 full weeks. It's literally a month. Who you know in the United States of America could take a 4-week vacation? Vacation. We're not talking about a leave or you got injured or this or that. We're talking about a vacation. Man, that would never be a thing. I mean, these people, you are to come into work today. We don't care if you're sick. If somebody you know is in the hospital, we don't care if you got a trip. You're going to miss your flight. They don't care about that. We're going to have to give you a point. We're going to have to write it in the system. Nobody got time for that. We're going to have to dock you. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, when I used to work in some of the jobs, you know, some people were understanding, but others, I'm going to have to dock you. I'm like, man, you docking everybody for everything. I'm your hardest worker. I'll be on my hands and knees for this company, man. You can't help me?
That is 4 full weeks, and it is the floor, not the ceiling. Most companies actually offer between 25 and 30 days, and that is before you even count the public holidays piled on top. Depending on which German state you work in, you could be looking at 9 to 13 additional public holidays layered onto your already generous leave. Compare that to the United States, where there is no federal law requiring employers to give a single paid vacation day. 0, not 1. In America, paid time off is a benefit, something companies offer to attract talent. Many workers, especially in hourly and
talent. I gotta think about how that could attract talent. I'm not gonna sit here and pause the video and you sit here and think, but
0, not 1. In America, paid time off is a benefit, something companies offer to attract talent. Many workers, especially in hourly and service jobs, get nothing at all. In Germany, it is a basic human right baked into federal law. Here is another detail that catches people off guard.
Okay. I understand what he's saying. Okay. I caught on.
German law actually requires that at least one block of your vacation be 12 consecutive working days. The rule is meant to guarantee real, uninterrupted time away. The idea is that real rest does not happen in scattered long weekends. You need actual time away to recharge.
True.
The system is built on the belief that vacation is not a reward for hard work. It is a necessary part of staying healthy and productive.
Yes, it is.
And if you think that is generous, wait until you hear what happens when a German worker gets sick. Here's where it gets wild. In Germany, if you fall ill, you don't have to drag yourself to the office pretending you're fine. You stay home, you recover, and your employer pays you 100% of your salary for the first 6 weeks.
What?
Not 70%, not half. Full pay.
What?
After those 6 weeks, your health insurance kicks in and continues paying a significant portion of your salary for up to 78 weeks. And here's the part that really breaks American brains. If you get sick with something new, a completely different illness, the 6-week clock resets.
What?
You get another full...
This is too good to be true. I didn't know it got like this in depth. I did not know it got like this. What?
For an illness, the 6-week clock resets.
I mean, well, you deserve that if you ill and everything. Bro, yo, y'all doing things so fast.
You get another full 6 weeks of employer-paid leave for each separate condition. There is no annual cap on how many times this can happen. In the US, most workers dread...
Oh my gosh. There's no annual cap. Okay, do we have people finessing the system, or do they have to show proof that they're ill? Do you ask for proof in Germany? Like, do your employers ask for proof? Please let me know. Oh, go to the doctors. Like, out here in the US, there was a lot of times I had to go to the doctors while I was sick. I had to go to the doctors while I was sick and go get a doctor's note, or I would have to go get it after I recovered. And just had to make sure I had that doctor's note before I went back in that building. If not, it's over with. You got to go. Terminate it. I'm so serious. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's so unfair.
On how many times this can happen. In the US, most workers dread calling in sick because they either don't have paid sick days or they are terrified of being seen as unreliable. In Germany, taking time off to recover isn't just accepted, it's expected. And no one looks at you sideways for doing it. But it gets even better. Let us say you are on vacation, lying on a beach somewhere in Spain, and you catch a nasty flu. In America, that is just bad luck. Your vacation is ruined, and those days are gone. In Germany, those sick days do not count as vacation. As long as you get a doctor's note, your employer has to credit those lost vacation days back to you.
I respect that, and that's fair. Real talk, I respect that. Because I've heard so many, stories that people come back from vacations and they got the stomach bug or something. They're feeling ill. Your whole trip is ruined and you're back at work telling people the story. Man, I remember that. It's so unfair. We don't have nobody out there in Germany really trying to get over on the system and, oh, I'm sick, constantly saying they're sick and just running to the doctors for notes or finding a way and this and that just so they could get compensation 100% without having to go into work. Do we have some people trying to do that,
Your employer has to credit those lost vacation days back to you. You read that right. If you are sick during your time off, you get those days returned because vacation is meant for rest and recovery, not suffering through an illness. It is a concept that feels almost absurd to anyone outside of Germany, but to German workers, it is just common sense. Now let's talk about something that would send shockwaves through every American office. In Germany, your boss can't just walk up to your desk, hand you a box, and tell you to leave. Firing someone in Germany is one of the most regulated processes in the entire working world. The Protection Against Dismissal Act gives workers strong protection. It makes it incredibly difficult for employers to terminate workers without solid documented reasons. If a company has more than 10 employees and the worker has been there longer than 6 months, termination has to be socially justified. That means the employer has to prove one of 3 things. The employee did something seriously wrong. The employee is personally unable to perform the job, or there is a genuine business need that eliminates the position. And even then, the process is layered with requirements. The employer has to consider factors like the worker's age, how long they have worked there, whether they have a family to support, and even whether they have a disability.
I like this.
Try doing that in most American states.
I like this.
Where employment is at will, meaning you can be let go for almost any reason at any time without warning.
Facts.
No explanation needed.
Facts.
No process required. One morning, you are at your desk, and by lunch, you are clearing out your...
That's what they do. And that's how they get you. They use you. So, okay, on the day you get fired from a job, you won't know. Everybody, the managers, your team leads, whoever, they know in their minds what they're going to do, that day. They're going to fire you. They know exactly what it is, but they're going to use you for half of the day, allow you to work and be in a good mood and do your customer service, make a little bit of your last dollar, and then they're going to pull you to the office midway through your shift, and they're going to let you go on the scene. Here's your paperwork. Here you go. You could come back and I forgot how much it is. It was 6 months, 8 months or something like that. You could come back or apply for another one though and go right away yeah. And they escort you out the door. There's nothing you could do about it. You can't cry. You can't plead to them. Once the decision's made, because it's a group of them now, they all get to talking. Nah, man. It's all a facade. I ain't tripping, I ain't tripping, man. I used to feel so bad. I used to see so many people. I was just talking to you. We had a great day working, and then midway through the shift, they're crying, or they can't even look me in my eyes now. I'm like, what happened? We had to let them go. What? And then I'm like, nah, it's a grimy world we live in for real. That's why it's man, don't even trip. You go get you another job. It's easy in the US. Go get you another job. But then you wonder why people don't give you 2 weeks notice when they got another job or another opportunity. Because you just fire people without giving them a 2 weeks notice or something. You don't even give them a chance to get something else lined up for their families, or if they have, medications they need to purchase, or they got, maybe something's wrong with their body. I'm trying to think of the word. Why is the word on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. I don't know. The word is on the tip of my tongue, but I really I can't get it out. Okay, it'll come back up. But there's a lot of expenses that people got to take care of, and you just let them go suddenly after they just gave you a part of their time. Literally, they could have spent some of that time and went and looked for another job, had something lined up for the next day, maybe interview. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of cruel. That's what I'm saying. When people want to quit a job, I'll be like, you don't even got to give you a 2 weeks notice. Just leave. Because if they wanted to fire you, I promise you they'd just kick you out. Bye. Same day. They're not giving you no notice, no warning. So why do we as workers have to do that? Unless you're on good terms with the job, cool. Depends. But if you got a new opportunity lined up, this and that, I'm not telling my new job, hey, I'm waiting. I gotta wait 2 weeks because I put in for this. Nah, I got a new opportunity, more money. I got to get there, immediately. I gotta go. Bye. Y'all can hire somebody else. They be quick to replace you. Don't feel bad.
Without warning, no explanation needed, no process required. One morning, you are at your desk, and by lunch, you are clearing out your things. In Germany, that kind of system would be illegal. And even when a German employer does have legitimate grounds for termination, the notice periods are long. An employee who has been with a company for 2 years gets at least 1 month's notice.
Oh, 1 month's notice? 1 month notice? That's enough time to get off your couch and go get a new job. You see what I'm saying? I was given the benefit of the doubt for the U.S. talking about a day. I'll find a new job in a day, believe that. I mean, I'm making calls. I'm finding a new job in a day. I got interviews lined up next day. You know what I'm saying? Don't think I'm being rude or cruel when I say don't put your 2 weeks notice in and none of that. There's gonna be the worst 2 weeks of your life, man. Depending on who you dealing with. But if you tell a company you're leaving them, the good terms is out the window. Oh, those finna be the worst 2 weeks of your life. I tell you that. I ain't gotta explain it too much. All right.
An employee who has been with a company for 2 years gets at least 1 month's notice. After 20 years, that notice period stretches to 7 months.
7?
The entire system is designed around the idea that a job is not something that should disappear overnight.
Facts.
And there's a reason firing someone is so hard. Because German workers have something most Americans have never even heard of. And it might be the most powerful labor right in Europe. It's called a works council. And it fundamentally changes the relationship between employees and management. In any German company with 5 or more permanent employees, workers have the legal right to elect a works council. This is not a union. It is something different entirely. A works council is an elected body of employees that has co-determination rights, meaning management literally cannot make certain decisions without consulting them first.
I like that.
Want to change the work schedule? The Works Council has to agree. Planning to install software that monitors employee activity? You need the Works Council's approval. Thinking about laying off staff? You have to inform the Works Council before issuing a single termination letter. And if you skip this step, the termination is automatically void. It does not matter how justified the firing was. If the Works Council was not consulted, the whole thing is invalid. For American companies entering the German market, this is usually the first culture shock. The idea that employees have a legal seat at the decision-making table feels like stepping into a parallel universe. But in Germany, it has been the law for decades. And Works Council members themselves...
Yeah, I'm keeping it 100 though. If I gotta fight with you in the court or the, council and this and that, nah. I don't even want the job no more. It's gonna just be so awkward now, and it's gonna be awkward and everything. So I'll probably tell the council, hey, it's fine. Just approve it or let me go. Straight up. I'll find something new. Because it's gonna be weird. Why would I try to fight for the job back? No, these people try to let go. Oh, they didn't approve it. Oh, did you fire him? Didn't approve it. No, I'm not. I'm like so aware. I pay attention to everything. I'm not coming back into this place of business. Yeah, everybody gonna be all eyes on me. Everybody gonna be talking.
Employees have a legal seat at the decision-making table feels like stepping into a parallel universe. But in Germany, it has been the law for decades. And Works Council members themselves cannot be fired through ordinary termination. They are protected during their entire term and for a full year after it ends. Trying to obstruct or retaliate against employees forming a works council is not just frowned upon in Germany. It is a criminal offense that can land an employer in jail. Now let's move to something that affects every single Sunday in Germany. By law, most employees are banned from working on Sundays and public holidays. This is not a suggestion or a cultural norm. It is federal law under the Working Time Act. The idea is that Sundays are reserved for rest, family, and personal time.
That's right.
And the government protects that boundary with real legal force. There are exceptions for essential services like hospitals, police, and transportation. But even those workers must receive a replacement rest day soon afterward. At least 15 Sundays per year must be kept completely free of work. No exceptions.
Must
in
be
America,
nice.
Sunday is just another workday for millions of people in retail, food service, and gig work. In Germany, the streets go quiet on Sundays. Most shops close. Supermarkets shut their doors. Even most gas station convenience stores operate on reduced hours. The pace of life slows down deliberately because the law says it should. Visitors from the US often get caught off guard the first time they try to grab groceries on a Sunday afternoon and find every store locked up tight. To Americans, it feels inconvenient. To Germans, it feels like freedom, a guaranteed day where work cannot reach you no matter what your boss wants. And the protections don't stop when the workday ends. German law requires a minimum rest period of 11 uninterrupted hours between shifts. If you clock out at 10 in the evening, your employer cannot legally ask you to start again before 9 the next morning. This is not a guideline employers try to follow. It is a strict legal mandate designed.
11? Wait, 11 hours? Cause I'm sitting here thinking about it. Like, wait a minute. Hold on. The most sleep I've ever gotten when I used to work at Walmart was about like 7-8 hours. Because mind you, the latest I've ever worked, because Sundays I used to work the 1 to 11 p.m. Yeah. Sundays was those long shifts, but it was like, I guess, a little overtime, because that 11 o'clock, that extra hour. But man, I just go home and I would just wake up like, man, I just felt like I was just at work. I'm going back in. Like, it felt like that every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was just here. I felt like I ate, I slept, and I'm back here. Like, it was a cycle. And I'm like, I didn't really get enough sleep. I'm back here. And I'm sitting there counting like 9 hours ago? I was in this building 9 hours ago, bro? And it really used to blow my mind. Like, I was standing right here 9 hours ago. Not even 12 hours. Like, what I'm saying? I used to be like 12 hours. Like, that's crazy. So I'm glad they included this into the video. Because I thought I used to be, everybody used to be like, yeah, what's the problem?
Is not a guideline employers try to follow. It is a strict legal mandate designed to protect workers from burnout and exhaustion.
Exactly. I was burnt out.
The regular workday is capped at 8 hours, and while it can be extended to 10 hours in certain situations, that extra time has to be compensated with time off within a set period. The overall weekly maximum is 48 hours, and going beyond that is tightly regulated. In a country like the United States, where hustle culture glorifies 60-hour and 70-hour work weeks, Germany's approach feels almost radical. But the results speak for themselves. German workers are among the most productive in Europe while working fewer hours than most of their neighbors. Now let's talk about what happens when a German worker starts a family, because this is where the gap between Germany and America becomes almost impossible to believe.
Oh yeah, I know.
German parents are entitled to up to 3 years of parental leave per child. 3 years.
3 years. In the US, all you need is 9 months. You can go back. You're good. You know what I'm saying? 3 years. And don't tell me you're getting paid for this too. Don't tell me you're getting paid.
During that time, their job is legally protected. The employer has to keep their position or an equivalent role available for when they return. Both mothers and fathers can take this leave, either together or separately, and they can even split it up, saving a portion of those months for later.
So the father can tell his job, my wife is pregnant, Okay, take your leave. Huh? And get paid? And he can chill home now and bond with his wife, comfort his wife, take care of her, make sure this baby's healthy and they're doing things right with the body and everything, and exercise, and this is it's a teamwork thing. I know she's holding the baby, but it's teamwork. She start eating healthy, exercising. You gotta start eating healthy, exercising. This, that, and that. You don't want to watch a scary movie because you don't want to spook the baby. You can't watch nothing scary. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. But that's kind of nice because that's something I would want to do. You know, chill home and stay with my wife, make sure she's okay, attend to her every second of the day. Like, I don't care. I'm not sweating either. It's, you know, it's the cream I put on my face. I don't know why it's glowing like that, but I would love to do that, you know. And this is a great opportunity in Germany. And I realize a lot of relationships in the US, that bond tends to break when that person is pregnant. Because the man is left stranded. He has to go out and work and fend for everyone and everything now. And she's home, you know, she has to deal with it. He comes around, you know, got to support. But who can she really, she needs her lover. So she got to run to her mother or the father or friends, you know, other family members to comfort her throughout the day. Like, then it's just like, I noticed it'll turn to like a lot of arguments or misunderstandings. Because one person's working, trying to fend, they got a lot going on in their mind. And the other person is relaxed. I don't want to say relaxed because they're pregnant, but they're not working. They don't have to deal with the responsibilities, the priorities, and all that. So I know it could be a lot. I noticed that in the U.S., it tends to take a toll on relationships. That's what I'm basically saying. Yeah, and I don't think that's fair. And it's all because of the simple fact that that man got to go to work. That's it. I'm so serious. It's because he still got to go to work. You know, I'll be heartbroken. I got to wake up early in the morning, leave my pregnant wife alone. But what? No. Shout out to Germany. Yo, Germany, y'all doing it right for real. I'm sorry to go on a rant, but I really respect this for real. Yo, like me, it really break my heart. I can't leave home. I got to call in sick and lie. You know, that's exactly. I would only be one of those people in the U.S. if I want to stay home. I'm like, can you stay? I'm not feeling good, guys. You know, it's not fair.
And they can even split it up, saving a portion of those months for later years when the child is older. On top of that, the government pays a parental allowance during the first 12 to 14 months, covering roughly 65% of the parent's previous income. In the United States, the only federal guarantee is 12 weeks of unpaid leave under the Family and Medical Leave Act. And that only applies to certain employees at companies with 50 or more workers. Millions of American parents have no legal right to any leave at all. In Germany, the system is designed around the idea that raising a child should not cost you your career.
Facts.
And it does not end with parental leave. Pregnant workers in Germany are shielded by some of the strict protections in the world.
I wonder what, I'm sorry. I know this is worker rights, but maybe I could find like another video or something explaining, because he kind of did mention it, explaining what it's like for pregnant women in college or just any school in general. You know, what type of benefits do they get? Can they still continue their education, their training, their learning at home? And still graduate and everything. Please let me know, especially if you've been in that situation. Please let me know. I mean, my mom went to college and everything. She had me, you know? So I want to know, like, what is that like? Constantly having to run on campus, commute every day. Like, just stay home, man, you know? I would like to know what it's like in Germany, though.
Pregnant workers in Germany are shielded by some of the strict protections in the world. Expectant mothers are entitled to 6 weeks of paid leave before the birth and 8 weeks after. That extends to 12 weeks for premature or multiple births. During this entire period, it is illegal to fire a pregnant employee, and that protection continues for 4 months after childbirth. Even getting government approval to terminate a pregnant worker is nearly impossible in practice. Employers also cannot assign pregnant workers to tasks that pose any risk to their health. If a doctor determines that the job itself is a danger, the worker can be placed on a full employment ban with continued pay. In America, pregnancy discrimination is technically illegal, but enforcement is inconsistent, and millions of women return to work within days of giving birth because they simply cannot afford not to. In
See?
Germany, the system does not just protect mothers on paper, it enforces that protection with real consequences. Here is one that quietly reshapes the entire work experience in Germany. Every employee has the legal right to receive a written employment contract detailing the exact terms of their job, their salary, working hours, notice periods, and more. This is not just best practice, it is a legal requirement under German law.
So wait a minute now, because when I used to work them jobs, and they give you a paper that, okay, this is your job description. You're a cashier. You can work at the self-checkout. Why is it that a month or two later into the job, hey, Strac, can you go out and get carts? Hey, Strac, can you get a dolly and bring a refrigerator out for a customer? Hey, Strac, what? Can you go to electronics? Can you go to the garden area? I'm like, that's not my job description. So all the time, I used to say no. Everybody would look at me like the bad guy, except when it was a garden, because nobody came to the garden, so I could just stand there at the little register and chill on my phone. But like, other than that, no. No. And you can't say I'm running from doing more work or this or that. Man, there's people in departments for every single thing you're asking me for. And there's enough work to do up here because I'm on the head. I'm literally on the head. I'm here with the people at the self-checkouts, you know what I'm saying? Doing AP security. I'm over here at the registers ringing out or helping people in the registers, training at the same time. Like, man, you'll get out if you'll get out of my ear with that. Every time. No.
It is a legal requirement under German law. And when it comes to pay, the country enforces a national minimum wage that is heading toward 15 euros per hour. On top of that, employers are required to contribute to a comprehensive social insurance system covering health insurance, pension, unemployment insurance, long-term care, and accident insurance. These are not optional benefits that vary from company to company. They are mandatory contributions split between the employer and the employee. The system ensures that every worker, regardless of their industry, has access to healthcare, retirement support, and a safety net if they lose their job. For Americans used to employer-dependent health insurance and 401k plans that may or may not exist, the German model can feel like it belongs to a different era entirely.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna let it finish.
And finally, there is a right that sounds almost too good to be real. German workers who are suffering from severe work-related stress and burnout can take extended medical leave.
What?
Under the country's sick leave laws, an employee diagnosed with burnout can receive up to 78 weeks.
An employee diagnosed with burnout? I didn't know you could be diagnosed with burnout. I mean, you could feel it within, like, man, everybody can get burnt out. I don't care if you love your career. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can never see myself getting burnt out. You see what I'm saying? Diagnosed. Burnt out.
Country's sick leave laws, an employee diagnosed with burnout can receive up to 78 weeks of paid leave to recover. The first 6 weeks are covered at full pay by the employer, and after that, health insurance continues paying a substantial portion.
How much? What's mom getting all tongue twisted? This is like unbelievable. I ain't never heard nothing like this before. What's the percentage? What's the percentage, bro? It's like my mind is boggled right now. I can't believe that. 70, bro. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, people out there in Germany is extorting the system. Man, these people probably staying home. They on vacation. Oh, I'm sick. Neck, my back, my ear. Like people taking advantage and everything. They still collecting the funds, paying the bills, taking trips. I hope everybody's treating the system fairly, and I hope there's not some people trying to extort the system. Because then Germany gonna end up switching things up or making it more strict, or I don't know. But this is great. Y'all don't need to change nothing with your system besides the things that you feel need to be changed as a country. Because there's some things within your country that I don't know need to be changed within your system. And I can't say everything is perfect because I know you guys are going to be like, not everything is perfect. There are some things that we can fix or adjust. But we are on an amazing track, you know? Straight up. You know, I like to think for everyone. I like to think for everyone. Have that understanding for everyone, you know?
And after that, health insurance continues paying a substantial portion. The concept of burnout leave is not treated as weakness or laziness. It is recognized as a legitimate medical condition that requires time and space to heal. In a country where the culture already emphasizes boundaries between work and personal life, this policy feels like the natural extension of a system that genuinely values the human behind the employee. And there you have it, 13 worker rights that are completely normal in Germany, but sound like pure fantasy to most Americans. From 4 weeks of guaranteed vacation to 3 years of parental leave. From works councils with real legal power to a system that gives you your vacation days back when you get sick, Germany has built a labor framework that puts the worker first in ways that few other countries can match. If this opens your eyes to
definitely the US.
How differently work can look around the world, make sure to subscribe to Germany.
It's so unfair here. It is so unfair here. Please, everyone, share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. My Germans, my Americans, and anyone else coming from another country around this world, please share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear about this. Let me know if you've actually experienced the differences. If you've actually, you know, came to America and lived here for some time and moved back to Germany, or perhaps you lived in both countries. Not saying that you're from either or, you know, perhaps you lived in both countries and it's like you have that knowledge firsthand experiencing it within the two countries we reacted to today. Please do not hold out and gatekeep the information in your stories. Drop it in the comments down below. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on, everyone. Share the video and channel to your friends and family members. Follow the Twitch and Kick down. Now just follow the Kick. We're not going to do Twitch. Yeah, we're not going to do Twitch. It's official. Just follow the Kick for the live streams down below in the description. But you guys can always look forward towards my reactions on YouTube forever. Feel free to subscribe to all my other channels in the description down below. Once again, original video link will be down below in the description. Thank you so much for joining me today to react to 13 German worker rights Americans wouldn't believe are real. No, seriously, this was like a fantasy. I'm like, I couldn't believe this. I wanted to really be in the back jumping around and everything because this was like ridiculous. But I was trying to keep my composure. We're going to come across some more shocking videos like this. I already know, especially the schooling system one. I want to look up one and see if I can find it pertaining to pregnant students. You know, pregnant students. I almost said college students, but like I said, it can happen to middle schoolers, high schoolers, college. I've seen it before with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. So I want to know like what that's like as well with the education. But please let me know in the comment section. Feel free to flood my comments, of course, with any videos you guys want me to react to. I cannot. Oh no, click on any links. Oh no, I can't. I'm too scared. I got the PTSD. I don't want to click on no links. So please feel free to just drop the titles in the comments down below. A lot of people be pasting the links and everything. I'm like, I can't click on it, man. I'll be so close. I just can't. So please feel free to just put the titles. I love you all. Stay safe. And I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.